We're going to get started. If you've got 2 blocks, they may be handy tonight. If you don't have blocks, recommendation, you can just use 2 rolled up towels or just a rolled up blanket behind you. And we're getting started in supported fish. So your blocks are coming to the back edge of your mat. If you have a favorite setup, I'm going there. If you're looking for recommendations, taking the block closest to you, low and wide, block furthest from you, mid and wide. You're supporting from around the bottom of the shoulder blades and up. Second block is your pillow behind the back of your head. I'm just giving yourself some time to get settled in. The further away from the body that you take the arms, the more that you start to offer up this space through the chest and through the front of the shoulders. Your legs can stay long. You might choose instead to have the soles of the feet together, the knees open, or knees bent, feet on the ground if that feels better in your body. And just giving yourself this time to simply land. And starting to draw a little bit more awareness toward how you're feeling in body and in mind. Becoming more aware of the spaces that are already relaxed, already open. Where might you be feeling a little bit tight, tired, or sore? And as you observe how things feel, just keeping them in mind so that you really know how to best support yourself as you sink into your yin practice tonight. Just ensuring that you are modifying in ways that are truly sustainable, truly supportive in your body. And as you linger here for a few moments more, start to witness how things feel as you've started to slow down. Be aware of any tension that you seem to be holding on to. Just giving yourself permission to shed the excess resistance. Letting supported fish serve as a gesture of openness. Staying open to release what you don't need. Ready to receive exactly what is needed, what is necessary. Moving into your practice with an open heart and an open mind. taking another 3 breaths right here. Perhaps the breath gets a little bit more rhythmic, a little bit more intentional. Just keep it gentle. And take one more full breath in. And a long breath out. And begin to slide your feet one at a time onto your mat. Knees bend, feet rest on the earth. And then just stretch the arms overhead for a moment. Either your fingers stay apart or you might interlace the fingers and press the palms away from you. Just offering up space through the outer borders of the shoulders and through the connective tissues in the hands. One more inhale. As you breathe out, release the interlace. Start to roll to your right, off of your blocks, into fetal position. You'll reach the left hand back behind you. Just taking a moment, slide the blocks in front. Give yourself another breath or 2 right here. And press into your top hand. And you'll bring yourself up to seated. And as you come up to sit, just taking a moment, making yourself comfortable. And if it feels more comfortable to be propped up, elevated on something, you can always use your block or blanket underneath your seat to help tilt the pelvis so that things are a bit more cozy. And from here, you're taking the arms out to the side, up to the sky. And then you're gently twisting toward the left. So you're bringing your right hand to your left knee, your left fingertips back behind your bum. And you sit up nice and tall as you breathe in. You gently cinch the sides of the waist to assist the twist. So being really gentle in your approach, we're just taking a few more breaths right here. Just offering up some space along the spine. Thinking about getting a little bit taller as you breathe in. And just lightly easing into your twist as you breathe out. And you begin to look forward and unravel, reach up. Different shape. So you're bringing your right fingertips down to the right side of your mat. Keep your left thigh, left hip heavy, and start to find a little gentle side bend. Reaching the left fingers over toward the right side of the room. Try to roll your left ribs toward the sky. Press your left thigh down more. Just a few breaths here. The right arm might be straight. The elbow may bend. Notice the tendency for that right shoulder to kind of snuggle up to the ear. Can you let it go? Can you find that softness, that ease? And let the left hip get a bit heavier. One more full breath here. And begin to reach up. And we're going for the twist to the left one more time. Bring your right hand to your left knee, your left fingers back behind you. And you think about getting a little bit taller with your inhale. Ease into the twist. keep the twist, but start to reach your left fingers up to the sky. Keeping the twist, start to lean your right shoulder toward your right knee. Lean your left arm in line with your ear. And then press the left thigh down, roll your left ribs back more. It's just offering up space through the left side body, this little revolved shape. Soften both shoulders, gaze in a direction that feels suitable for your neck. Take one more inhale. And then look down, land your left hand on your right knee, turn your heart toward the floor. So you're coming into your seated bow tie pose. This little cross of the arms can sometimes, if you're really tight, end up playing a little bit with circulation here. The seated variation is generally a little bit more supportive for those of you that might have any issues around the rotator cuff or frozen shoulder. If grabbing opposite knees is too much, you can just grab opposite shoulders instead. Just lingering here a little bit longer. Because of the crossing of the arms, we're staying for a shorter amount of time. It's about another minute, another 7 to 8 gentle breaths. One more breath. And sweep the arms out to the sides, up to the sky. And then bring your fingertips down to frame your seat. And you'll take a moment just to switch which leg is in front or on top. And once you've gotten settled back in, you sweep the arms out and up. And twist to your right. Bring your left hand to your right knee, right fingertips back behind you. Press down, grow tall as you breathe in. Light cinch to the sides of the waist, soften the shoulders out of the ears. Full deep breaths. Look forward, unravel, reach up. And drop the left fingers toward the left edge of the mat. Press right thigh, right hip down, reaching the right fingers overhead. You're looking to find length through the right side of your body. Roll the right ribs back a little bit more. Left arm straight, elbow bent, maybe elbow to earth. Breathing up and down the right edges of your body. Lift up as you breathe in. And we twist to the right one more time. Left hand to right knee, right fingertips back behind you. Root down, grow tall. You maintain this twist, but stretch the right arm up to the sky. Keeping the twist, lean left shoulder toward left knee, the right arm overhead in line with the ear. Let the right hip get heavier, roll the right ribs back more, kind of like you're trying to shine your heart toward the sky. Shoulders soften out of the ears. One more inhale to lengthen. Bring right hand to left knee, heart faces the earth, seated bow tie pose. And again, option you can stay right there or you grab opposite shoulders. You let the neck lengthen, let the jaw stay relaxed. Breathing into the space between your shoulder blades. About another 7 to 8 breaths, just as you are. Almost there. One more inhale. One more exhale. Arms sweep out and up. And take a moment, bring the fingertips down next to the hips, roll out the shoulders. If you are comfortable seated, you're going to switch the cross of legs or just extend the legs out in front of you. A couple of other options with the legs, if it's accessible. You might start to come up onto your knees, tucking all of your toes under. Setting the hips back to the heels. Tuck your pinky toes under as well. And if this really doesn't work for the knees specifically, your feet will sing to you if you're sitting back on the toes. Either way, you might choose to untuck the toes at any point and maybe stick a block between your feet under your bum, maybe 2 blocks. And as you settle in here to multitask and perhaps add a layer of positive distraction into the mix, you're taking a moment to interlace the fingers back behind you. And then you start to slide your hands over toward the right hip. So you're trying to go for that interlace and tucking the hands over toward the right hip crease. Waist crease. And then from there, you start to drop your right ear to your right shoulder, offering up space through the left side of your neck. Just looking to find a little bit of relief around the sternocleidomastoid, the muscle that runs and connects from your jaw down into your collarbone, into your sternum. And we look for a little bit of relief in that space because in times of stress, we often find ourselves clenching our jaw and these muscles tie in. So I want to offer a sense of relief. It's an area that can get fussy if you sleep funny. It can be fussy for a wide variety of reasons. The muscles in our upper body, especially around shoulders and neck, are quite a bit smaller than some of our lower body muscles. So we take a little bit less time in them because our connective tissues don't need quite as much time to unravel. I want to keep the stability in these already pretty unstable places by not overstretching. Try to unclench the jaw, relax the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. And keeping the right ear to the right shoulder, maybe imagining a little string tied to the left side of your chin. You're thinking about angling the chin just slightly toward the sky, getting into a little bit more of the anterior portion, the front section of your sternocleidomastoid. Soften the shoulders. Another 5 to 7 breaths right here. look toward the right shoulder. Release the interlace. Bring the hands to the lap, roll out the shoulders. If you had the toes tucked under, lean forward in table pose. And then just gently tap out the tops of your feet on your mat. And if you're feeling really ambitious, the option is there to tuck the toes under once again, or you might just choose untucked, use your blocks for support however you need. And this time when you interlace your fingers behind your back, can you try to think about interlacing the non-habitual way? So opposite fingers, opposite thumb on top. And then you're sliding the hands over toward the left side of your waist this time. Hug the left elbow back, let the crown get tall at first. And then you start to drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Looking for a bit of sensation through right side neck, the front of the right shoulder and into the bicep if you're quite snug in those spaces. And try to keep the spine nice and tall, with the exception of cervical spine of neck, which is in its little bit of side bend. Relax the jaw, the neck, the shoulders. And visualizing the creation of space as you breathe in. Letting go of unnecessary tension with each exhale. Another 5 to 7 breaths right here. Be angling the right side of the chin slightly toward the sky. Keep the jaw soft, the shoulders out of the ears. And start to slowly draw the left side of your chin toward your left shoulder. Release the interlace. Bring your hands to your lap. Roll out the shoulders. If your toes were tucked, you're coming forward briefly into table. Gently tap out the tops of your feet. It's bringing some life back into those toes. Coming forward to table from wherever you are. Keep your blocks easily available in case you choose to use them for where we go next. And you're starting to just bring your elbows down to the earth. Slide the legs back, bring the hips down. And as you come into your Sphinx pose, you're pressing down into the tops of your toes, pressing down into your hips. You might choose to keep the head upright, thinking about a string at the crown of your head, lengthening and lifting you up. Or you might take a more restorative variation with block underneath the forehead. Elbows are ahead of your rib cage. Or you might be even further forward. If both of these are too much, you can always stack your hands underneath your forehead. Or forearms under forehead. Just allowing your body to soften toward the earth. Letting the hands and forearms feel supported. The hips offer a sense of anchoring. Thighs relax. You feel the tops of the feet gently resting on the earth. And as you linger here for just a little bit longer, if you're using a block underneath the forehead, leave it there. But maybe you start to slowly and gently roll your head from side to side, massaging forehead, eyebrows, third eye, with your block, or maybe just with stacked hands. Bring your head to stillness. Take a breath. And then start to slowly pick up your head. You're going to press into your right forearm. And as you press into the right forearm, your left hand comes onto the left edge of the mat. And you start to roll onto the right side of your body, just into kind of a mermaid-ish pose, or merman, or if we're being politically correct, merperson. And you're taking your block or your towel to either the lowest height if you're using a block, if you're feeling adventurous, middle height. Some of you are going to anticipate where we're going, it's different. So you're going into the space just below, so not in your armpit, but just below your armpit. You can use your other block if you're using blocks. If you're not using blocks, you can use your hand instead. Maybe block or hand underneath your head. So you've got something supporting that space just below your armpit. So if you brought your right pinky finger to your left pinky finger to the bottom of your right armpit, you'd actually be able to find the bottom of the armpit and the block simultaneously. And from there, you tuck your knees up as close as you need them. And you can stay right there, or you can bring the left hand down in front of you. If you want that extra bit of length, you take the left arm and drape it over the left side of your head. You can always instead start to drape the left knee back behind you and tuck the right knee in front, so that you're really offering up a little bit more of this side bend and a little bit of offering of space through the front of the left hip. And I'm just thinking about finding a bit of expansion through the front and side line of the body on your left. And nourishing as you breathe in. Softening as you breathe out. And lingering here a little bit longer. Where can you relax just a little bit more? Just really thinking about unlocking the side of the body. It's an area where we carry more tension than we realize. And it does directly translate into how tight or how open the front and back line of the body feel. And slowly start to bring your left hand down in front of your face. And if the left knee has slid far back, slide it forward enough so that you feel your left foot touch the back edge of your mat. Press into the left palm, into the right palm. You're just turning toward the back edge of your mat, feet on the outer edges, and you're just taking a few moments to lightly drop the legs from side to side. And the next time that your legs drop over to the left, I'm just going to let them be. The option is there to stack the right knee on left knee. You can start there. You're bringing one block or towel underneath the space just below your armpit. Block or left hand supports your head. And from there, you can keep the right knee stacked on the left. Tuck the knees up as close as you need. Maybe the right leg slides back a little bit. You let the knee be heavy toward the earth. Right hand can rest on your right leg. Right hand can rest in front, or the arm drapes on top of the ear. And just offer up that space through the front and right side edges of your body. Expanding right side as you breathe in. Softening as you breathe out. And see if you can invite your body to relax a little bit more. You're stepping away from resistance and letting gravity do the work for you here. And just stay focused on your breath. The exhale allows that opportunity to release the things that don't serve you. The breath in offers the opportunity to invite in what you seek. And lingering here just a little bit longer. Where can you soften more? One more breath. And coming out a little bit differently this time. So you're bringing your right hand down in front of you. Slide the right knee on top of the left knee. Bring your left forearm onto the mat a little bit closer, and you'll slide the blocks either out to the sides or forward. And you're making your way briefly into Sphinx pose once again. So if you are familiar with the supported variation of melting heart pose from your belly, you are welcome to set yourself up if you need the visual, pausing here in Sphinx just so that you're not straining your neck from the floor. So the options there to go block free, sliding the elbows forward, forehead down to the earth, the arms stay nice and close to the ears, palms together, fingers face the sky. If you need a little bit more, you can take your blocks nice and close to your head. So you want to make sure that there's no space between your head and your blocks. And then the elbows, triceps come up onto the blocks. They can go lowest height or middle height. And you go with what works best for your body. Making sure that the forehead can rest on your mat. If there's any sensitivity with your back, bring your big toes to touch and let your heels gently drop open. Just settling in here. Think about your breath, your inhale specifically. Expanding and opening the front, the sides, the back of your heart. And your exhale continues to invite tension to melt away. Just taking the opportunity to notice different sensations as they come and go. Be aware of where your body and where your mind may resist. And see if you can sink into this for just that little bit longer with the intention to let go, to step away from the tension, the resistance that doesn't serve you. Letting go of expectation, of labels to what you feel, releasing judgment. Lingering here About another 5 to 7 breaths. Making peace with sensation. Surrendering to gravity. And take one more full breath in. A long breath out. Lessen the bend of the elbows. You're pointing fingertips toward the sky, maybe extending the arms forward. And then slowly bringing your hands to your blocks or towels, whatever you're using. And then if you're using blocks specifically, take them to the middle height, longest length, underneath the front of your shoulders and front of your biceps. Then you're taking the arms down by your thighs, palms face the sky. Bringing your forehead or one ear to the mat. Just pausing here. Just embracing how good it feels to release, to let go. Notice sensations, pulses, your heartbeat around the chest, the shoulders, arms, and palms. Lingering in this shape for just a little bit longer. Continue to let the shoulders soften so the chest can relax toward the mat more. And take one more full breath in. A long breath out. And keeping the forehead on the mat, slide your hands to your blocks and slide the blocks aside. Make your way onto your left side in fetal position. And from there, you'll want to scooch the body forward just a little bit to keep space for you to roll onto your mat. Just coming onto your mat. You can use the floor, you can use your block, lowest height, widest width, or middle height, widest width, depending on your preference. And then you are just letting the block support the space at the base of your skull and upward, so your neck is actually fully exposed. And you're very gently, very slowly, just oscillating your head from side to side. Massaging the suboccipitals in the back of the skull. Offering some release and relief for these little muscles. going to soften the jaw, the neck, the shoulders. Lingering here for just a little bit longer. If you find any really good spots, you might pause in those spots and gently nod your head yes and no. If you've been spending a lot of time behind a screen, whether it be your phone or at your desk, these muscles end up becoming very fussy from having our heads craned forward for long periods. When we offer the opportunity to roll and release, we start to unravel a lot of what builds up in this area that can create tension headaches that radiate in the space as well as behind the eyes, so that our head and neck can feel better as we move forward into our night, into the week. Just a couple more breaths. And bring your head through center. And please take your dominant hand to the back of your neck. Slide the hand up behind the back of your head, picking up chin to chest. Use your non-dominant to remove your block. And lowering the head down slowly. And take a moment to lightly tuck the shoulders back and down. And you extend the arms down or out by your sides. And extend the legs long. Just making your way into your Shavasana, the final relaxation. Just giving yourself this time to close your eyes or just soften the gaze. Just feeling this sense of relaxation come across you. Helping to release any sense of holding, any tension, labels, judgment. And taking this time to let go, not just from your practice, from your day, the week, the last few. And we can sometimes get really stuck on who we were or the way things were. But we forget that in the seasons of change, that in life, in nature, nothing is permanent. And we become so habitual, being creatures of habit, expecting things to be similar, expecting things to be a certain way, that we start to identify with these different past experiences, these different habits or expectations. As we breathe and sink in under the light of the full moon, we take the opportunity to reflect, to witness what we've been holding on to, of our lifestyles, of ourselves. And we make peace with the necessity to let go, to release what was, so that we can move forward with a deep sense of peace, and a deep sense of inner knowing that it's okay to be open. It's okay to feel as we release, as we make space to step into who we are instead of who we were. Trust that you're exactly where you need to be. This is your life, your journey. Let it be sweet and messy and enough. If you have a little bit of extra time to give yourself here, continue your Shavasana for as long as you wish. And if instead you're moving into your night, just bring some gentle movement into your fingers, into your toes. You'll eventually draw the knees in toward you. Give yourself a light squeeze. Roll gently side to side. Making your way over to right side fetal position, or you can rock and roll back and forth to come up. Just gradually meeting seated. As you come to sit, bringing the hands together in front of your heart. And draw thumbs to third eye, and together we ask, may I see the truth? Hands in front of the lips. May I speak the truth? Hands in front of your heart. Please may I feel what is true. Thank you guys so much for meeting me on your mat tonight. It was a pleasure to share this space with you as always. Have an incredible rest of your day, a lovely week if I don't see you sooner. Until next time, namaste.